everyone, welcome one more week to O.W.R.B or Weekly Render Bread. This is our weekly or your weekly show about news in the CG industry. So I hope you love the show, I hope you love the news, I hope you love everything else for everyone. So, subscribe, press the little bell, like the video or comment what you don't like. And I will try to fix it. So let's go for the news. Let me change this because I don't want you to see my face like the other day and like in the Spanish live streaming. My face was no, I don't want you to see my face all the time. So here we are. First news. We have Autodesk and open source. Let me lower the music. Okay. So we have Autodesk and open source. What does this mean? Because Autodesk released a video showing their work with different open source projects. So they have worked with for the Alienbrain project, I think they are also involved in the Open Timeline IO, I'm not sure, but they are also involved in Material X, which is like, I don't know, I understand Material X like some kind of substance. Okay, my mic is okay? Yeah, okay. Like some kind of substance. So it's like an open source substance, and the good news is that this is being worked on by Algorithmic, by Adobe, by many companies. So one of them is Autodesk, and they released also a new standard for a shader that is standard surface. So standard surface is like a standard shader, like the standard shader from Arnold, and right now it's compatible with Maya and with 3dsmax and with Arnold in general. And I want to mention one thing that in the video was like a bit of a surprise, because they were describing this scheme about the standard surface. And of course they say that they based their work in previous surface models, but this is, and unless I'm wrong, that I may be wrong, but this is exactly the same as the principal shader from Disney. So they have transparency first, after that specular reflection in coating, after that emissive, after that specular reflection as metallic, after that the specular reflection as non-metallic, specular transmission, after that specular retroreflection that is seen, diffuse reflection, diffuse transmission, and surface scattering. And this is the exact description of the principal shader. So I don't know, I don't understand what is the difference between the standard surface shader, the open source standard that Autodesk developed, and the principal shader developed by Disney. For me, they look exactly the same, so I don't know. In the link, in the video description, you will have the link to the GitHubs. This is the GitHub for the standard surface from Autodesk, and this is the GitHub for Material X, which was started by ILM and other big companies. And it's a pretty cool standard. So I'm really grateful that many companies are working on this. So next, we go to Alienbrain. Alienbrain, do you know what Alienbrain is? Let me show you what Alienbrain is. Alienbrain, it's a software created to manage assets. It's an asset manager. And as an asset, it's an old school asset manager. It has been among us like since forever. I don't remember when was the last time I heard about it. But it was long, it needed an update since a long time ago. So now they released Alienbrain 2019, a completely new version that gets some new features like it currently supports OpenEXR review, it supports EPS files and Illustrator files, Adobe Illustrator files. So you can preview those Adobe Illustrator files. Now the architecture is 64-bit, because previously it was 32-bit, obviously. And that's it, these are the news about this. I think they have like some new integration with 3dsmax. It was integrated with 3dsmax, Maya, and many other software since. It has, as a new integration, it gets the Unreal 4.23 integration. So that's it about it. It's a pretty cool asset manager. It was kind of expensive in the past, but right now they shifted to a rental scheme license. So the Alienbrain Essentials is just 120 euros, Alienbrain for Artists, Essential for Artists, 200 euros, and Advanced, 330 euros. And those prices are more or less acceptable because they are per user per year. So it's not bad. It's like 12 euros a month, even less. So it's 10 euros a month. It's okay. It's not bad. And if you want, you can inquire Alienbrain for a perpetual license. So they have not removed perpetual license from their offer. You can purchase a perpetual license, but you have to contact them to know the pricing and get a quote and etc. So great, that's the path to follow. Rental licenses and perpetual licenses, both of them. Not just so-called subscriptions, no. Rental and perpetual. So next, you will have these links in the video description. Next, we go to 69 free game-ready animation, motion capture animation files. So this is in the Epic store, in the Unreal Engine store, and you will get this for free during the month of August. Its normal price is $15 or 14 euros, and it's a pretty cool collection of animations. It's pretty great. It's thought for NPC characters, so it's thought so you have various NPC characters. You can use this pack of animations for those characters. And you have to investigate the Epic Games store because they have some jewels amongst the bazaar. So that's it, links in the video description again. Next, 2000 free models and shaders. This is BlendFab. This is for Blender. BlendFab started as a small library with free shaders and free models, and at the start they had like 800 models and shaders, and now they have nearly 2,000 shaders, 2,000 assets between materials, textures, models, and etc. They have also an add-on that runs under subscription, but the models and the shaders are all free. You can use them without any payment or anything like that. But the add-on has a subscription that what will for you is that it will maintain the library completely in sync with the online library. So it will give you the entire library at a click. So it's not bad. I will give you the link in the video description too. Next, a new render has arrived. Yeah, past week we had Nebula Render, and now we have Nebula Render. Nebula, whatever you want to call it. Nebula Render. What is Nebula Render? It's an unbiased, physically based standalone render app for architects, designers, and casual VFX artists. So it's unbiased, physically based. I don't know if it's physically correct, but it is unbiased, physically based rendering. It's a standalone application, so it can work for anyone. It's a path tracer basically, and it features like some kind of real-time ray tracing. For me, it's like an IPR, and I'm not sure about the technology behind it, but they mentioned that they use DirectX 12, so maybe it uses something like DXR and some real-time tricks. I'm not sure. The price is more or less okay. It's 192.75 cents. So $192.75. Yeah, this is this exact price. And it has a free version. You can go here. It has a free version that has some limitation, but the price is more or less acceptable. But the quality of the render engine, I'm not sure if this is developer art or if this is art made by actual artists, 3D artists. I'm not sure. I don't quite like it. Maybe it's too soon for it, or maybe it needs to be used by something with more experience in visualization. It's my personal opinion, but it could be great to test this render engine and to help the developer to improve it. So, new render engine, Nebula Render. Links in the video description. Next. Now, Shadow, a Photoshop extension, has been released. It's a super useful extension that will help any Photoshop artist to create shadows, to create like casted shadows of any layer in the composition. It's very useful for people doing architectural visualization and people who use cutout people and these kind of tricks. So it's cool, it's great, it's a very good extension, and I will put the link to this video in the video description. Now the most important thing here, the update for 3dsmax 2020.2. Yeah, we have a new version of 3dsmax out. And what are the new features? Well, the new features are some new features, but there's a new SketchUp importer because the previous versions of 3dsmax supported up to between SketchUp 6 and SketchUp 2014, so it was a 5 years delay between versions, between the supported versions of Max and the actual version of SketchUp. So it's good they updated the importer. Now they have a new option that is, how do they call it? Viewport background? No, how do they call it? Yeah, it's to maintain in sync viewport background. So if you load environment bitmap in your environment settings, it will automatically configure that bitmap as the background. Now, if you use the high quality viewport, you will get this bitmap as background, but if you use a more like low quality viewport or a low quality setting to work on the model or something like that, it's smart enough to disable that bitmap and give you the standard gradient. So it's good, something good. New features for the chamfer modifier, of course. So they have new radial and patch settings for meter corners, and invert and open options works for all the meter types. Now new chamfer option for editable poly objects, uniform end bias, radial bias, tension and depth. And they have also implemented in 3dsmax in general changes to the backface culling, and they have improved performance, viewport performance for animation. Not just for animation playback, but also for keying animation. So it's great. Any speed improvement is great. So now 3dsmax, you know that you have 3dsmax available only under rental license to buy Autodesk, only under rental license, and the price is $195 per month in the United States and 254 euros plus 10 cents in Spain. I only know the Spanish prices. I don't know in the rest of Europe the prices are different. And next, the link will be in the video description. Next, BiFrost presentations. They have also released some interesting videos about BiFrost for Maya. The first video is Modular Effects Framework in BiFrost, and it shows NPM simulations to create things like snow, and so BiFrost strands instancing and visual programming. This is the first video. It's pretty cool to see. If you don't use BiFrost, it could be interesting just to know what is the system behind BiFrost and what is BiFrost all about. And the second video is about aero combustion and adaptive simulation with BiFrost. So great, they are cool videos. They are pretty curious videos. They are very interesting, and you can see what is the performance, what are the features, and how to use them. So it's pretty great. The links for the videos will be in the video description. Next, Unreal Engine presentations from Siggraph 2019 has been released. So we have here presentations, all the presentations that Epic Games and Unreal Engine gave in Siggraph 2019. So they have several tech talks, and they have some talks about next-gen virtual production. Pretty interesting, because in Unreal they are doing some great advancements in real-time imagining. So here they are comparing, for example, a BlendFab render against an Unreal Engine render, and they are pretty cool. It's not the same. At least for the time being, it's not going to be exactly the same, but Unreal uses many tricks, but it gives a very high visual quality. So it's pretty good to have it. So I'll put the link in the video description too. Next, and nearly the last, but probably not the last, because I think I should have, news arrived. Someone sent me a facsimile, but this will be the latest news. So next we have Artstation. Artstation released a school. Yeah, they released a school. They released Artstation Learning. It's a subscription-based, like a website where you have many tutorials and many courses in different topics related to art, so to drawing, to 3D, to whatever you want. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a good school to access them, because usually the 2D the drawing courses or the 2D courses, for my taste, just for my taste, I know there are many good courses out there, but for my taste, they are lacking a bit of, I don't know, of variety. And I think here we have a lot of variety, different courses for different topics and different levels. It doesn't matter if you are a newbie or if you are a super experienced artist, you are going to learn things from here. So the price is pretty cool. It's like €7 or $7 per month, or $83 per year. So I think it's a pretty cool price for this, and it's including a Plus subscription. No need to go for the Pro subscription. But they have a Pro subscription offer until the end of September this year, and you will get the Pro subscription for $7 per month also. And that's it. We have just one more news that I have not given this news in the Spanish streaming, but we have one more news, that is Unity just released its version 2019.3 beta. And what are the new features? Well, they fixed it, I don't know if they programmed, created or fixed the UI for high DPI displays, so you will be more comfortable in those high resolution displays. They included also RTX ray tracing. Yes, Unity will have RTX ray tracing right now for the high definition render paths, and it includes some post effects in the lightweight render pipeline. Now it updates also the CPU. There are updates also in the CPU and the GPU light mappers. There is also the implementation of the Radeon Pro Render denoiser. It's an agnostic denoiser. I mean, it can work in NVIDIA or AMD GPUs. It is not the Intel denoiser. It's a different denoiser, different to optics and different to open image denoiser. And they implemented it in the line mapper. Now in Lighten, the old line mapper will be deprecated, and it will remain as an option until Unity 2019.4. From there, it will be supported until 2022. They have also implemented updates to the animation and the Unity timeline, making it possible to edit animation directly inside Unity using rig controls and even create new animations. Also updates to physics, implementing a new version of physics, updated from 3.4 to 4.1, so if you are curious, you will be able to access to the link and to check what are the new features, and if you are a user of Unity, I'm sure you can access this beta. So they have also updated the terrain editing, making it possible to create terrains with holes that will be supported by physics, light mapping, and the nav mesh system. And there are many other small changes. Unity, as always, is only available as a rental-only option. It is free if you have less than $1,000 per year as revenue. You have the Plus plan if you have less than $2,000 per year as revenue, and this Plus plan is in $35 per month. And finally, you have the Pro month that has no revenue limit at $125 per month. So that's it. You will find the link in the video description, and these are the news for this week. 20 minutes, that's it. This has been very short news. So thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please press the like button, share the video, and subscribe. Click the little bell, and share, please share, so everyone can know news in the CG world. Thanks for watching O.W.R.B, our weekly render bread, and see you next week. Bye.